up? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hope Savara here. I'm getting text message and I'm just gonna swipe, but now they're back. I can see you guys again. Hope Savara here with Mother Trucker Yoga. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm out on my front porch. Actually, I'm adjacent to my front porch because I thought this was a better background. Hello, everybody. Hope Savara here, coming to you live. It's Wellness Wednesday, and I'm super excited. It's a great day. Drop me some love. Show me some love. If you feel like it is a great day, I'm going to try not to get attacked by mosquitoes too much. Maybe you're lucky and you don't live in a state where God gives you the gift of mosquitoes the 3 months out of the year that you have nice weather, but you know, you don't always get what you want. But happy to be here today. Today we're talking about a topic by request. Hey, Gwen, great to see you tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Drop it in the comment section if you're watching the live. Drop the word replay if you're watching the replay, not dropping the replay. And I also love to know, where are you tuning in from? Where are you right now? Where in the world is you as a truck driver? Are you parked at a truck stop somewhere in Indiana? Are you in California? Are you in New York? Are you in Wisconsin? Are you right down the road from me? And I don't even know it. If you are, you better tell me. If you're coming up Interstate 41, if you drive through Wisconsin, you know what I'm talking about. Hit me up on Facebook and I would love to come and say hi. Hello, how are you guys? Thanks for tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. All right, today we are talking about breathing. Now, if you're like me, I shared a story in our Truckers Health Challenge, Driven to be Healthy, on Tuesday. Canada, all right, Gwen might win the farthest away, although I don't know if Canada, Saskatchewan, I think that's how you say it, if that's farther from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm in a small suburb outside of Milwaukee. If that's farther away than, let's say, I don't know, California, Florida, maybe equal distance, maybe more, I'm not sure. I'm not a geography guru. I'm lucky I passed high school, but that for another day. We're talking about breathing today. Hey, Rebecca, thanks for tuning in. And by request, after I posted my short video in our Truckers Challenge group, I got several messages from people asking more about breathing. And for those of you that don't know, I have I don't know what I did. I got something. For the last 20 years or prior to what I do with all of you now, I lived in the yoga world and the health and fitness world. And so when I first started learning yoga, when I became a teacher and I stepped foot in my first teacher training in the mountains of Colorado, I was blown away. And not because they were making us do complicated postures, because they weren't, but rather I didn't realize that there's actually a right way to breathe and a wrong way to breathe. I mean, maybe you're in the same boat I was, where it was like, I didn't know this, and I was inhaling when I should be exhaling, and I didn't realize that I could actually control my breathing, that I could actually make my breath go into the different 6 lobes of the lungs and down into my belly, not just up in my chest and my throat. I mean, no wonder I had anxiety. And breathing, regulating and controlling your breathing can help reduce and eliminate a laundry list of health issues that you may be having and never connected the two together. So that's what I'm hoping tonight we can connect those dots. I can give you some tips and tricks on how to improve your breathing because breathing should be one of the first things you reach for when you are feeling like, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I have crampy muscles, my digestion is bad. But yet everyone else is telling you, you need this medication. Oh, you're just having allergies. You should try my diet plan. You just need to exercise more. I'm telling you, first things first, before you do anything else, check in with your breathing. So that's what we're going to do right now. If you're driving, you can do this while you're driving. If you're sitting, standing, whatever, just sit nice and tall. And I want you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Now, if you're not driving, close your eyes and just notice your breath. Don't force it. Don't try to be all perfect now. Like when I taught yoga, students would come in and we'd start class and they'd be all like, oh, I need to be really good. And it's like, no, I just want you to be yourself. And just notice your breathing when you inhale and exhale. Take a couple of breaths with me. So I'm going to do that with you too here. So notice what happens when you inhale and notice what happens when you exhale. Can you feel your breath in your lower hand? Can you feel your breath in your upper hand? Do you feel like your inhale is longer or shorter than your exhale? Do you feel like you're a popped balloon when you exhale, where it's like, and then you kind of run out of air? Like, notice your breathing. And so just take maybe one more breath for me. Okay, so open your eyes. What did you notice? Drop it in the comment section. Here's why this is important to first pay attention to our breathing, because you can't change something that you're not aware of. This is like a starting line for everything in life. You cannot change something that you are first not aware of. You can't change your eating unless you're aware of how you're eating. You can't change your movement unless you're first aware of how you move. You can't change your posture unless you first are aware of where you are at with your posture. The same is true about breathing. So if you're a shallow breather, okay, the statistic is about 18% of people, Americans, breathe to their clavicles. Now, here's some mind-blowing thoughts here. If most of us are clavicle breathing, basically throat breathing, isn't it ironic that so many of us struggle with anxiety, asthma, stress, sleep issues, brain fog, digestive problems? I mean, I could go on and on and on. And breathing is an involuntary response, which means we do it automatically, that it is the first thing that we're given in this life. Like, I don't care, we don't have to go all woo-woo, but it is literally the first thing that you're given in this life and the last thing that is taken away. Think about that for a second. But yet, why is it that when push comes to shove, when we need to make a change, when we want to improve something, we never first think to think about our breathing? You don't have to be a yogi, people, to pay attention to the value of breathing. And last time I checked, breathing is free. It doesn't cost you anything. No prescription, no copay, no cash, no card, no credit, no invoicing, nothing. It's free and you can access it at any time. So now that you're aware, like I said, I live in Wisconsin, so it's like Mosquitoville. I think someone said they're in Wisconsin. Barron, Wisconsin, woohoo! Gwen says 1,300 miles or so from Milwaukee. All right, that is pretty far. You might win the farthest away here. How often should a person do this? Should we always stomach breathe? Okay, great questions. I'm going to answer all of these. Beth, hey, Beth, how are you? We're talking about breathing if you're just tuning in. Drop any questions that you have in the comments about breathing, and I will do my best to answer them on the live, but I always go back and watch the comments and comment and respond. So just know if you type something, if you're watching the replay, I will always come back and respond to your questions. Okay, so how often should I breathe? Well, you should breathe every day. The average person takes about 21 to 24,000 breaths a day. Let yourself wrap your head around that for a second. That's a lot of breathing. 960-ish an hour, and about 16 breaths a minute. One of the things I always like to think of is, when is the last time you were actually aware of your breath? That you were actually breathing? When I asked myself that question 15 plus years ago, I'm pretty certain prior to yoga, I had never even once in my life, I was about 17-ish or so at the time, and like knee deep in an eating disorder, addiction, like I was a hot mess. I never even thought about breathing. It never once occurred to me that this breathing thing was something even worth paying attention to. I mean, I'm in the same boat. Has anyone ever, like in your childhood or maybe even to this point, like talked about breathing? Like, this is important, people. This is why you're alive. You can survive without food and water for days. You can't survive without breathing for very long. So how do we breathe? Like, what is the right way to breathe. And I'm trying to watch the comment section here. Hey Diane, hey Al, thanks for tuning in. Drop in the comment section, let me know where you're tuning in from, because I know, Diane, sometimes you're in Florida and sometimes you're in Hartford, Wisconsin. So where are you today? Hey Robert, thanks for tuning in. I miss you. I hope that you got the scans back and you're getting finally some news on what to do with your wrist, because that is just so stressful. Okay, how do I know how to breathe the right way? What do I do? Breathing 101. Well, after the breathing exercise we did, identifying where you're breathing. And it's important to understand the dynamics of breathing. So we have these lungs, which actually come up quite high to our clavicles. Like, our lungs just aren't here. They come up pretty high. And they wrap around our entire body. So we have like 6 lobes or 6 quadrants we can kind of look at as the lungs. That's massive. That's massive. But more importantly, we're breathing into our diaphragm, which is kind of right here, okay? And then we're breathing into our abdomen. And we can actually move our breath all the way down into our pelvic floor as well. But that's for another day. We can work on core health if you're like, I hope kind of pee my pants sometimes, or I have no core muscles whatsoever. We can talk about that another time. But deep and slow, yes. So when we think about breathing, think about full body breathing. Like, you can move your breath into your entire torso if you wanted to, kind of like blowing up a balloon. But for the sake of clarity, think about moving your breath down into your belly, like way down into your belt line. The idea of getting that full breath or deep breathing is what's going to stimulate our neurological response. It's going to boost serotonin, dopamine in the brain. It's going to lower our cortisol levels. It's going to de-stress the body. Like, if you're someone that's constantly reaching for something external to help you de-stress, calm your mind, get rid of agitation, focus, you're reaching for the wrong things, my friend. You are reaching for the wrong things, my friend, and I am living proof of that. I was told not by 1, not by 2, but 3 doctors, all standing in front of me saying, best case scenario, you learn how to function on medication indefinitely. And I decided that that would not be my future. And so I understand what comes with the stress and anxiety and mental challenges and physical challenges, and I've had to work really hard to overcome them. So when we're breathing, we're trying to move that breath not only down, but out. It's like blowing up a balloon. If I had the little end of the balloon here and it was going down and out into my body. So there's a couple of ways we can practice this. One, I can put my hand on my lower belly, just like I did. I like laying down. I can really feel more calm when I do this. I actually deep breathe before I go to bed. But you can also place your hands on your side ribs. So I can inhale and make my ribs go wide, not just bring my breath down. If you've ever worn a heart monitor or a strapless bra, women, or had something bound around your ribs, there's that breathing wide. You can feel that. We want that to be expansive. Here's the thing I want to tell you, though. When you start breathing, deep breathing, and you haven't done it before, you may temporarily experience lightheadedness, dizziness, slight anxiety incline, any of those types of things, because now you're pushing the boundary from where you were before. And I just want to say, from personal experience and working with thousands of people over the last almost 20 years, that is normal, and it gets better. So let's do a little exercise. Sitting tall, laying down. You can do this in your bed. Set your timer on your phone. When you inhale, because people like formulas, people like to-dos, like tell me how, okay? When you inhale, I want you to try to inhale for a minimum of 4 counts, okay? 4. So when you inhale, we're gonna try to bring our breath from here down and out as much as we can. So it's an inhale. See how my chest kind of rose up too? And then exhale, breathe all the air out. You see how my ribs and my shoulders and my chest drop down? I'm trying to get all the air out. Now ideally, we want 4 count inhale, 8 count exhale. When we make the exhale, listen to this carefully, when we make the exhale longer than the inhale, we are going to induce more of a relaxation response. Most of us need that. If we make the inhale longer than the exhale, there's other methodologies, there's other forms. Like, I don't want to confuse you. Like, you don't need that right now, okay? Someone will pop on and be like, there's a fancy breath I want to teach you. I'm not going to go there today because it doesn't matter. You just got to get breathing and breathing the right way. So when you inhale for 4 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts, I'm going to go until I get all that air out. Now, if you feel like, Hope, I get to like 5, 6, and I don't have any air left over. Well, here's the thing. Your lungs, your diaphragm, your abdomen, they're all muscles. So just like pumping iron, working that muscle, the more that you deep breathe, the more that you get your breath into full body breathing, into deep abdominal breathing, you're going to work those muscles. They're going to get stronger. And so it's going to get easier to breathe. You're going to work your lung capacity. So you're going to have more volume for breath. And that will get better with time. So inhale for 4 counts. We're going to do a couple rounds together. If you're like, oh man, I actually have to do this? Yeah, you got to breathe. And what better time than me making you do it right now while you're on a Facebook Live with me? And the best part is, if you're alone, nobody's even going to know you're breathing. That's the beauty of breathing. You don't have to wear yoga pants. You don't have to do anything. You can just be in your normal clothes, doing your normal stuff, driving your truck, laying in your bed, and nobody will even know. That's the beauty of it. And so nice and tall or laying down, hands if you want here. I like touch awareness so that I actually can pay attention, and now my mind syncs a little bit more with my body. And so if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. I'm just going to kind of watch you guys and watch for any comments or questions. But inhale, here we go. So inhale, I'm going to count it out. Inhale 2, 3, see my belly getting wider, 4, 5, or actually went to 5, sorry about that. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep working, 7, 8. Right away, inhale, really big breath in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really get all that air out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring it into the belly. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. You got this. Exhale, breathe it out. All your cares, all your worries, all your stresses. Package it up in a balloon and set it free. Inhale again, 2, 3, 4. You're like a balloon. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, here we go. 2, 3, 4, as expansive as you can. Exhale, get all the air out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw your belly in. 6, 7, 8. Just notice how you feel right now. Take inventory of yourself. Take inventory of how you feel. Hopefully, a little bit calmer, a little bit less stressed. When your mind feels like it's going a mile a minute, here's the thing to remember. You have the ability to bring yourself in. This is why things like meditation are such powerful tools, and breathing, consciously breathing, is a form of meditation. You're focusing on one thing. What is one of the biggest stresses and anxiety causes, in my mind, in my opinion, is the fact that we're thinking about the future that hasn't even happened way too much, dwelling on the infinite possibilities of everything that could go wrong, or we're drudging up the past, replaying it in our head over and over and over again, which just gets us angry, frustrated, sad, guilty, mad, all of that stuff. But when you focus on your breathing, here's what happens. You're in the present moment. You're in the present moment. And you can't be all that other stuff when you're in the present moment. Now that might sound all woo-woo to you. That might be like too yoga-ish for you. But that's the reality. That's the reality. Stress gets to us. Anger gets to us. Guilt gets to us. Frustration gets to us. When we are beyond where we are right now, when we're outside of ourselves. I've seen it happen in others, and I've experienced it time and time and time again. So when should I use this deep breathing? When should I use these breathing practices? One, you're breathing every day. So anytime you think about your breath, you're filling up with fuel, you're getting in your truck, you're going to the bathroom, it's like, oh, breathing. I have a rule at every stoplight, I deep breathe. So that gives me a good minute or at least 30 seconds of some deep breath, and I always feel calmer. Going to the bathroom, deep breathing, like where can I fit it in? Where can I fit it in? Okay? But try to set aside at least 1 minute a day where you're consciously breathing. But if you can give me and give yourself 5 minutes, set a timer on your phone. Best time of day to do it, in my mind, because it's easy, is before you go to bed at night. Get yourself all tucked in and your covers up tight. Turn off Facebook and practice deep breathing. Now I actually created meditations on our website, mothertruckeryoga.com, for you to actually be able to do these deep breathing practices, and I have several other ones. Some of them are 5 minutes, some of them are 20 minutes that you can fall asleep to or you can work with. So if you want something to listen to, like my lovely voice, you can do that. We have custom music put in the background with those for you guys. But otherwise, you can do this on your own. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. That's simple. You can do this. You can do this. You have a body that works. You're still breathing. You're still alive. You're still here. When we focus on our breath, our health can change. When we focus on our breath, our outlook and perspective can change. And when we focus on our breath, we take back our lives and allow infinite opportunities to happen. That can happen when you focus on your breath. That's my Wednesday's wellness for everybody today. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you feel like it's breathing life back into your body again. But most importantly, go out and practice this. Practice this every day. Start paying attention to your breathing. If you're a driver, you're just driving. You might as well do something beneficial, like breathing, and you will notice how much better you feel and the little tiny things that start changing in your lives, all because you're paying attention to your breath. If you feel like this was helpful, please share this out with your followers on your page, other fellow truck drivers just like you, so that they can benefit from the amazing practice such as deep breathing. Goodbye, my friends.